Hey, what is up? How's it going? Happy Saturday. Man, busy morning. As you all probably are too, as I can see from your Saturday projects. I like it. How's it going? Yeah, it's Saturday, busy day. Anyways, you guys got a lot of stuff going on. Tikafu, hello everyone. Takano, what's up? Daukola, how's it going? Daukola, finally a stream I can catch 11 p.m. instead of 3 to 4 a.m. Yeah, this is my rest of the world friendly stream, I realized. And unfortunately, I can only do this once a week because I have a day job during the rest of the week. But glad you made it, and glad it's not 3 or 4 in the morning. Software Rat, how's it going? Yeah, so what are we working on today? Hey Tree for free, how's it going? Takano, DAC cables should be arriving today in a couple of hours. Awesome. We've been tracking these. Well, tracking this project for a while. That's awesome. So DAC cables getting delivered? Man, I saw you were posting on Discord like 3, 4 in the morning. Well, at least for me, I was like, jeez, he's up late. I was up kind of late, at least my time. But man, so once you get those cables, what's next? You gonna get 10 gig totally going? Daukola, planning on my next rancher move and whatever or not. All right, and bid on a $500 Dell R10 that looks shady AF for the price compared to items inside. The drives itself would cost 1,000 plus. Wow, 1,000 plus euros. Man, what drives are inside of that R710? It must be like, I don't know, it must be 6 drives. I don't know. That would be, yeah, 200 and wow, Tucano. Dang, 4 months, man. How did we get there so quick? Man, I remember you saying, hey, in a couple days it's gonna be 3 months, and now it's already 4. Hey man, thanks for the continued support. Really appreciate it. Daukola, yeah. What drives are in there that cost that much money? They gotta be bigger than 2, 3, 4 terabytes, or something else. But awesome, getting a 710, that's what I have. I enjoy it. It's been rock solid so far, and I love it. Tinkerfu just started with LXC containers and trying to utilize them as K3S. Interesting. Yeah, that'll be an interesting undertaking, because then yeah, that'll be interesting, because yeah, getting K3S installed on a LXC container sounds awesome. It's totally, you're going Inception. I love it. Let me know how that goes. So then you're gonna have to get, I assume, Docker running inside of those there too. And I think Takano has some experience with that, and some other folks here in the channel. Software Rat, a budget server rack for $100. Hey, let me know what that is. Let me know. Is that what you're looking for? Bidding on? New? Yeah, let me know. Cowstub, how's it going? Yeah, good to see you. Dr. Bell, UniFi controller video using Rancher next week. You know, I thought about it. Total missed opportunity. As soon as I released this video, I was like, wait, I didn't even show how to configure this in Docker, which, you know, I feel personally it's pretty straightforward, but it's not for everyone. And so missed opportunity. But I couldn't have like 2 UniFi videos in a row. So I was kind of like, oh, maybe it was okay. I don't know. Maybe that's something I'll just summarize in a blog post or a quick, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the community tab on YouTube and how to use it. Maybe I'll do that sometime real quick, like 2-3 minute video, nothing, you know, nothing super produced, but just to get it up there. But yeah, I as soon as someone was asking in Discord this morning about how to configure it, and I was like, that's when I realized, I was like, man, I totally should have done it. But anyways, yeah, I think, Dr. Bell, you have it running in Rancher. You have it running in Kubernetes too, because I think you were talking about it on Thursday. You were asking about the Linux Server IO one. That's the one I use. And yeah, it's pretty solid. Hey, no route. Man, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Wow, thank you. Good start to Saturday. And to the stream, yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Man, that's awesome. Thanks for the sub. Really appreciate it. But yeah, going back to the UniFi controller with Rancher, the one thing I realized that Linux Server IO, and it was during the filming of this last video, the one thing they don't mention is that discovery mode requires more ports than that. So I had to put mine in like network host option temporarily, just so I can discover new devices and then turn it back off, which was kind of a bummer. You would think that they would, I don't know, figured out the ports it needs for discovery, and I thought they were all there, and it made that video figuring out that piece a little bit longer. But yeah, I agree. Totally missed opportunity. Should have done it. Cal Stuff, happy Sunday. Yeah, happy Sunday to everyone who's not on Saturday. Yeah, for sure. Happy Sunday. I'm glad it's Saturday though. I need an extra day or two. Software, I need one. Okay, so you're throwing out offers. $100, right? $100. Who's got one for software rat? $100 for a rack. 5 gigahertz, howdy. Hey, yeah. Thanks for the tips and for reviewing my jank install of my access point. Yeah, really appreciate that feedback for sure, because I wing almost everything I don't understand. So I really appreciate you looking at that and giving me some pointers. And maybe someday I'll run Ethernet to my garage. But like I said, I don't know if we're going to be here forever or years. So I don't know. We'll kind of, I don't, well, you never know anything for sure, but I'll know more soon. But anyways, so then I can decide like, okay, am I going to get something dedicated there or not? But man, that access point, solid. And like I said, like I've been running the DDWRT version with my Linksys and Cisco router for it's probably closer to 5 years. And even before that, even before I had this solution going between here and the garage, when I lived in an apartment, I did something similar. And solid. But this is even way more solid, plus way more bandwidth. It's fantastic how well it's working. I'm just kind of like, why would I ever run Ethernet if I can get 400 megabit over the air to my garage? Yeah, I might not ever run it. I mean, it'd be awesome. But I don't plan on putting a whole entire data center out there. And even if I did, or more cameras, more than 3, I mean, 400 megabit is a pretty big pipe for wireless. And even for workloads that I run here, I mean, yeah, I have gigabit Ethernet, but at the same time, everything's doing tiny little packets unless I'm transferring video. Sup, fan away, how's it going? How you been? Chicano. Wait until Wednesday for the Knicks, sadly. Oh man, isn't that the worst when you only get partial part of your order? But hey, at least it won't be waiting on the cables after. Hey, that's a good way to look at it. The biggest bummer for me when I was building new PCs or had a new project was ordering everything on Monday, thinking everything will be here Friday, and then one thing comes on a Tuesday. Wow, Cowstub, dang. Cowstub, thank you so much. Wow, tier 2. Dude, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Jays, man, you guys are blowing me up already. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. I know I say this probably not enough, but yeah, thank you. And man, I really appreciate you guys just coming out, hanging out, and chatting. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. So thank you. Thank you so much. Dalcola, 4x 4 terabyte SAS hot plug HGSTs here in Finland. Even new 1 to 2 terabytes cost 200 to 400 euros each. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Mine came plugged with 6 HGST drives, and to be honest, they're in a big stack right now. I'm kind of coming up with some kind of idea to expand some of the storage in my FreeNAS. I mean, that's if I want to do it, but I kind of want yet another local copy of my data here in case something goes wrong. I mean, especially like, I don't know. I mean, I have offsite backups, and for the most part, I can restore stuff pretty quickly. But if it was in a pinch and I had to restore like, I don't know, 100 gigs, that would kind of stink doing it over the wire. But yeah. Rexroof K3S doesn't need Docker. I don't think. It uses Containerd without Docker, at least for the default options. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's good to know. So that'll make the LXC stuff super easy then. Awesome. Thank you for that. How's it going, Penguin Airlines? Man, you had the best emotes, man. Whether it's on Twitch or in Discord, you have the best emotes. I love it. You have one for like every reaction. I love it. How are you, man? Saw your project going on. Looks like you're running some more wires. And I saw that you're climbing in the attic and running stuff everywhere. And I said, and I still say this, I don't envy you, because that's That's the hard part. Once you're done, it's fantastic, but I always dread going in, at least in my attic. It's not easy to get up there, and I'm super tall, and we have a pitched roof, and so I can only partially stand up everywhere. Even in the center, I think I can stand up fully. Everywhere else is like, I'm crawling through insulation. Software Rat, I'm looking at a rack because I don't have one, and I need one for my servers. Yes, yeah, don't we all? I'm sorry you don't have one. If I had a spare, it'd be all yours, and I mean that. But I don't. I just got my first one this year. Up until then, I was PC cases, things stacked everywhere. My workbench was taking up a large portion of it. Then I bought this big IKEA like metal entertainment center thing that was 4 TVs and hacked at that and made it for printers and servers. And then finally, I moved to a rack. And that was, like I said, only this year, 2020. Cliven. Hey, how's it going? Just bought Udo Bolt Gear with 32 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte SSD, plus 512 gigs of SSD. Installed Proxmox, starting a small home lab. Awesome. Well, welcome. Welcome. You have a lot of friends already, because a lot of us are in that same boat. Building out a system, especially using Proxmox. But a lot of people used a lot of different hypervisors in here too, and obviously welcome too. So yeah, hey, that is awesome. What's the first thing you're going to install after Proxmox? Nolarite. Why do I keep saying that wrong? Nolrout, you're welcome. Yeah, no, really appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it for sure. Dalcola, I use UniFi Dream Machine Pro, and I really don't want to separate install UI controller with UDMP. Yep, does pretty much everything for me except for being a switch to hosting, control, etc. Yeah, I totally understand. Dang, I cannot write properly anymore. That's okay, because I can't read properly. So if you even if you write properly, I might not read it properly. So I'll at least if you have typos, I can blame it on you. Calstub, I'm working on the Ubiquity UNMS on Rancher with Kubernetes, but facing issues with ports. Hey, Calstub. Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier, and I think Dr. Bell got it going on Thursday, and then someone else in Discord this morning was having a problem as well. And I think it just had to do with the mapping of the config. There are a ton of ports. Hey, Yamarix. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it, welcome. There are a ton of ports to map, I agree, and it kind of stinks. But once you get through that, it should be fine. After that, the only hard part is mapping your config, but it's just path to wherever you persist storage to the inside of the container/config. And I would highly recommend using the Linux Server IO one. I can't say it enough, and those images are awesome. I always say it, but for a couple of reasons: great documentation, consistent API, updated regularly, and very popular. I mean, those are the reasons why I pick it. So if you're not using that one, I highly recommend checking it out. I was using a third-party one for a while, and then I made the switch, and it was awesome because I was like, oh yeah, I just basically all I had to do was remap my Docker config, the location, spun it up, and it worked. I was like, yes, this is awesome. Still had my database, with all of my data and everything, all my, I could sign right in, had all my history. It was awesome. But yeah, let me know, Calstub. And then, you can post to Rancher or channel on Discord too if you have issues. Cliven, what I don't like about UDM Pro, it's missing some features like VPN server. It's convenient to have it all in one box, and that's why I'm still using Edge Router. Yeah, I hear that a lot. That's one criticism from them, especially for someone doing, all of the networking stuff that they do. They don't have, a VPN server built into the UDM Pro. So it's almost the dream machine, because the dream machine would be adding VPN, right? Well, maybe you could put something behind it. I know that kind of stinks. So I know you're using Edge Router, but maybe you could, put something behind it, like a WireGuard or OpenVPN or something like that. Soccer Bomb, happy Saturday. Yeah. Software Rant, I've seen one for 80, not too big, and it's okay for a beginner like me. Awesome. Yeah. And I mean, never feel like you have to have a rack either, too. You know what I mean? It's great for organizing stuff and kind of allocating all of that equipment to one place, but man, if you're a beginner, you know, I wouldn't stress it a ton. Just wait till the right one comes, and don't force it. That's my only suggestion I have, because at the end of the day, you can still stack them. They still function the same, but it is awesome when you get one. It is awesome when you get one. It's a ton of work too. When I got mine and I built mine, I'm like, yep, had this done in about 45 minutes. No, it was like 3 hours later, and I'm still like adjusting things just right, and cables aren't long enough, and it's a journey. You might end up buying some more cables. Oh, Dalcola, UDMP actually has a VPN server plus client capabilities unless they removed it within the last month. Interesting. I didn't know that either. So that's news to me. My news comes from people in chat when it comes to that, because I don't have one. I would like to look at one someday, but yeah, haven't. That's news to me too then. Techno Nixer from eBay. All right. And the cables were from Amazon. Got that overnight shipping with Prime. Yeah. Isn't it great? Cliven, there you go, L2TP, not OpenVPN, so like SSL VPN, I assume. Chicano spent more money on cables than on the NICs themselves, 15 for the NICs and 82 for the cables. Yeah, man. It's all said and done, though. I think you'll get a decent value out of that. Hey, man, thanks for changing the lights. I haven't seen who did it, but I will here shortly. Unfortunately, Twitch doesn't make that alert available to stream elements. Either that or they haven't wired it up yet, but I do want to put an alert for when the lights change too. But hey, thanks for having the points to be able to change the lights, and thanks for spending them. Dalcola, I guess I could get those 4 terabyte drives from Amazon for 70 to 80 each if lucky. Yeah, that sounds like a deal. I think, yeah. Penguin Airlines, yeah, it's not that much fun, but I can't wait to get the modem out of the entertainment center and in the network closet. Yeah, so you're consolidating all your hardware and putting it in the network closet. Looks awesome. Yeah, it's a great feeling when you kind of get all that stuff in one place. It's super fun, and you can see how I did it. I just bolted all the wall. That was my V1, not even a V1. That was like my beta, and then it just became permanent. And I'm doing well. How about yourself? Yeah, I'm good, man. Good. Busy morning. You know, Saturdays are always busy for me. It's release, follow up, check in on Discord, help, follow up. So Saturdays are super busy for me, but I'll have some free time this evening. And when I say free time, it means no screen time. So be a nice little break. Yeah, spending those points. Now, Cola, I have a 90 millimeter roll of Cat 6 cable and 1,000 RJ45 connectors. Now I just need a new job to get a loan for the new house so I can start pulling some cables. Yeah, man, just squatting on that stuff. I like it. You are geared up for the next house. It's only a gnome. Hey, Tim, quick question. In your opinion, what's the best distro for building virtualization with a GPU pass-through? Proxmox is okay, but needs a lot of tweaking. Unraid is flaky. I'm thinking about trying FreeNAS next, but wonder if I should go with a base distro and just building KVM QEMU on top. Good question. I know that you say that Proxmox is okay, but needs a lot of tweaking, but Proxmox is the only one that I've got working. I haven't gone with a base distro and, tried doing it with KVM and QEMU on top. Because if you go that route, you almost have Proxmox, but without all of the other features of Proxmox. So I don't have a good answer for that question. I do know that Proxmox is the only one I've been able to do it on ever. And, I tried Hyper-V, I've tried ESXi, and, they all have their artificial limitations in place. And so with Proxmox, you can remove those artificial limitations if you do it right or in the right order. Took me forever. I mean, that's why that was one of the first videos where I was just like, I gotta make this video because this sucks. Sucks going through forums and copying and pasting all kinds of stuff and crossing your fingers and hoping it works. And I understand that even with mine, it can still be that way. So, yeah, that's the only thing I've ever gotten to work, but I haven't built on top of a base distro. you know, and that'd be a decent undertaking too. I mean, you might get it to work for sure with the base distro and go that route, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of what Proxmox is doing along with all of Proxmox. But if you do go that route, you're going to miss out on a lot of the Proxmox features like web management and all the enterprise-like features it comes with too. So something to consider. Hey, Mud Piper, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Gemlove, hi Tim. Just want to say hi and thanks for your help the other week. All the hearts are to you. Thank you. That is a lot of hearts. Oh man, these are good. These are good. These are good. I think Penguin Airlines has some competition now. Yeah, I'm just hovering all these. Man, these are awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Those are awesome emotes. Tinkerfew, just a question. I'm somewhat new to the whole topic. Is there a big difference between Docker and Containerd? Yeah, it's a great question too. Sci-Fi Jeep, I think that was aimed at Rex Roof. Sci-Fi Jeep guy, I may have to get a UniFi security gateway because AT&T 1 gig fiber BGW210 doesn't have a bridge mode, and its NAT pass-through slowed down handing off to my own gear. Someone published a UniFi bypass to only use the AT&T modem for a certificate auth to the network. Interesting. Yeah. ISP gear. I hate it. I hate it. I'm glad I have a good ISP, and I've never said that, but I feel like a good one, a good local one that does fiber for the entire city, and it's awesome. It was awesome. I even when we were buying the house, I'm like looking at the plans and seeing if they were coming to our area, and they were. So I was like, yes, yep, that's the house. Next house, I'll probably look at their coverage and see where they're at, because I got it pretty good here with who I have. Local company, but doing awesome things. Software rat. The rack is no big problem because I also have found that Lenovo ThinkServer TS for 150, where I can use the rest of the money where I don't have for a new graphics card. Yeah, that sounds like a good trade-off. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Rex Roof. Containerd is an open source container runtime, very lightweight, and weirdly enough, Docker now uses Containerd under the hood. Good to know. Cliven, for my home lab, the first two things I installed were UniFi controller and Pi-hole. Nice, you're just getting your network stuff in place, some core infrastructure. I like it. But going to install Kubernetes, MetaLB traffic for some pet projects, and want to improve my Kubernetes skills in the process. Awesome. That sounds really awesome. I think that anything like Rancher, Portainer that helps you manage Kubernetes with the UI as you're learning is fantastic. Yeah, man, you guys are spending those points. Man, I might have to raise them. No, I won't. I probably won't, because I think it's awesome. If you got 1,000 points, yeah, spend them. Software rat, yeah, man, heart ones. I love these. Let's see here, Dalcola. Regarding UDMP, technically you can set up your own Docker VPN in UDMP if you wanted to as Podman to HOTS UniFi OS on the device. Some people install Pi-hole on UDMP using a container. That's interesting. Yeah, and then if you don't want to do that too, you can always host it behind your network and just forward those ports too, right? On a VM or in a container, and pull that responsibility off that device altogether. Mr. Sir Guy, I like it. There's like 3 pronouns in there. Mr. Sir Guy. Racks are pretty expensive. I agree, 100%. I've been looking for a 14U with the door, and they're 800 new. Hard to find used at a good price. I totally agree, because now people know what they have. 5-10 years ago, people didn't know what they had, and they were just like, get this stuff out of here, this data center stuff. Like, we'll pay someone to pick it up, servers, hard drives, racks, and people have caught on. They know. And obviously, the more people who sell them, possibly the cheaper they'll be. But at the same time, when you have people selling them for, 800 new, well, you're going to have someone else that's going to sell one. They're going to say, well, I'm going to sell mine for 800 or whatever, 750. But still, that's a lot of money. Whereas before, it was just like, we'll pay you to pick it up. Let's see here. Glad to spend the points. That's you, Sigor. Thank you. Appreciate it. No route. Nginx proxy manager versus traffic versus caddy fight. Yeah, that kind of is a fight, I feel like. Them's fighting words. I think they're all awesome. I never got to play a lot with Nginx Proxy Manager. It does look awesome. I think it has a nice UI too. Not that everyone needs a UI, but for me, I don't manage stuff enough to be super comfortable with either their CLI or their YAML. But yeah, Nginx Proxy Manager is a super popular choice. And they're doing the same thing that Traffic's doing too. And I like Traffic mainly because I got it running, and after I got it running, I'm like, okay, this has made my life a lot simpler. But I should try Nginx Proxy Manager, but it's hard to set up multiple environments like that. Especially one that's managing certificates and routes for a production environment. That's not something I can switch out super easy, but that's the whole point of a home lab, right? But my home lab runs some production stuff, some play stuff, and so I got to get my play environment or my test environment a little bit more legit. I'll say that. Right now, it's a wild west. Software rat. Stream elements don't have the scopes thing from Twitch and the redemptions. Yeah, it kind of stinks. I know. Stream elements needs to figure it out. But I mean that the way that Twitch does it is a little bit different too. Yeah, but I agree. They need it. I mean, it's like, hey, someone redeemed points, just like someone followed or just like someone subbed or gave bits. It's an event. Some people want to alert on that. So. But yeah, I do. And if not, I can build my own. I've done stuff like that before, but mine don't look as good as everyone else's. I can wire the stuff up and kind of, fake it and throw in a GIF and listen for that event, hide and show it. But it's a lot of work for that. And like Stream Elements, man, I should be on that. Not sure if that's SE or Twitch. Let's see here. Penguin Airlines. That's good. Glad to hear you're doing well. Nice. Yeah, man, these emotes. Hope is Chad is doing well too. It seems like it. Everyone's shouting out all the stuff they're working on. I love it. Sigor, do you ever have a problem where your Proxmox VM hangs and the only thing to do is reboot the whole Proxmox server? I do. I've had that before. I haven't had it lately. But my trick is, and maybe you've already done this, is to actually go in the monitor piece for that VM and type quit. And don't do reset or stop or anything, just quit. And that should terminate that VM, like a hard quit on it. But I have had that in the past before. I don't remember how it got fixed. I don't remember if it was me updating it or me rebuilding it. But yeah, that's the worst. But give that a try. Give that a try. In the monitoring section, you can issue commands to Proxmox. And just on that VM in monitoring, just type in quit. Before stopping, make sure if you try to stop it, try to shut down, make sure all that fails first, and then just type quit. Give it about 10 seconds. All of a sudden, you might see that VM go dim, and that might help. It's helped me. It's that's burned in my memory now because I kind of had to do the same thing. But it might not be your issue, but that's one more thing you can try before rebooting, because you guys know how it is to reboot servers. I mean, especially if you have something with ECC RAM and RAID adapters or tons of hard drives it's going to check. It's like reboot's not that quick. But yeah, give that a shot. CalStub, wait, I just figured out what if the VPN to my network. Wait, what's going on? Wait, I just figured out what if I use VPN to my network. Oh, if you use VPN to get into your network? What do you mean? Because I think we were talking about UniFi stuff, I think last. I've been better at tracking multiple threads and trying to pick up where I left off on a thread. But yeah, I thought we were talking about that. Let me know. Dalcola, not sure if you have Discord. Throw me a DM. Oh yeah, you guys are talking about this. Yeah. Yeah, let me know about UDM stuff too. Throw it in our Discord public. That'd be awesome. Takano, there's one ISP that offers 10 gigs to customers for super cheap, but I don't remember the name of it, sadly. Yeah, that's awesome. I get people asking me on YouTube, like, why don't you just get, gig internet? Because in the video I was like, I was just kind of explaining the reason why I don't pay for gig internet is mainly because it's 20 more bucks to get gig internet. And I know, I could pay 20 more bucks and get it, but I'm like looking at my bandwidth usage. I never, I have 300 up, 300 down with the ability to go up to 10 gig like you mentioned, but I'm just like, I'll save the 20 bucks a month and apply that to something else, software, licenses, hardware, some other thing I need to pay for. But everyone's like, yeah, but you should just get it. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to pay the 20 extra bucks a month. I mean, I think I should for 1 month just to say I have it and just kind of flex and then like quietly go back to 300. But yeah, 10 gig, oh my gosh. Like my hard drives can't even write that fast. I don't even know what I would do. You know, nothing can handle it. Well, not the hard stuff I have wouldn't be able to handle that speed. I even have to get 10 gig NIC on my server to even be able to connect then to my modem. Let's see here, Penguin Airlines. Keep looking, you'll find something. Paid $50 for a 15U enclosure. That's awesome. Yeah, I agree. It's wait and see, you know, and monitor Facebook, Craigslist, maybe eBay, and then all your local stuff that, you know, has secondhand stuff. You'd be surprised. Especially now, sadly, you know, a lot of companies are probably going out of business and getting rid of a lot of this stuff for pretty cheap, which is sad to think about. But at the same time, you know, I mean, now you might find better deals. 5 gigahertz. You were changing the lights too. Thank you. Thanks for this releasing, using those points, earning them and using them. CalStub update. We have upgraded our clients to 10 gig network. That's why it was inactive on Discord. Hey, no problem at all. Wow. Upgrading to 10 gig network. Congratulations. That's awesome. Super jelly. Yeah, awesome. Penguin Airlines is not perfect though. I wish the sides were removable panels. Awesome. I wish I had panels. So I'm like in the opposite. I think I'm gonna make my own panels. They're gonna be cool though. At least cool to me, I think. I don't know. I totally agree. I'm glad you know, if I had, you know, panels that were permanent or no panels. I do kind of like the idea of no panels because then I can do what I want and it's kind of easy to get in the side because not all of my servers go all the way back. So I can go in the side, which is nice. But at the same time, it just kind of, you know, the noise, the airflow isn't optimal. So, but yeah, I no panels right now. Mine's like a skeleton, just bare bones. Let's see here. Software rad. I have a really good DSL provider. He has given us an AVM Fritzbox 7530. I don't know what that is. I assume some kind of networking equipment. Sounds awesome. Techno CenturyLink is basically $1 per megabyte. We pay 60 for 60 megabytes down, or 60 megabits. Dang, man, that's kind of expensive. That kind of stinks. I mean, CenturyLink is advertising in our area, even though they probably don't cover it, you know, because they canvass the whole area. That gig is coming for $50, and I'm like, okay, that's getting pretty close to what I pay. Man, I should send you or take a picture and post it of the flyers we're getting, and you should tell CenturyLink like, hey, you guys are offering, you know, other people this deal. Give me that deal. Tops. Oh, this looks like a new name. Top Swag Code. Oh yeah. To be honest, I haven't been assessed to learn. I haven't been asked. There we go. I'm like assessed. I haven't been asked to learn full Kates. I know how to create my own pod, but never started up my own Kates cluster. Understand the concepts, etc. Hey, that's awesome. I like more to focus on writing the domain code. Nice. Know how to set up Grafana, Jaeger, Prometheus for great logging, tracing. Just don't want to do a full DevOps role. I totally agree. I mean, DevOps is, don't get me wrong, awesome. But I just dabble in it, you know, because I'm a developer too, and so I dabble things on the fringes, you know. So I'm like dabble in a little, you know, DevOps, dabble in some infrastructure, dabble in some product stuff because I do a lot of front end stuff and build mobile apps. So yeah, I kind of like playing all those roles, kind of just fringe. But yeah, I totally agree. But if it weren't for something like Rancher or Portainer, I wouldn't even do it. To be honest, it's just too much of a headache. I'd figure out how to do it in plain old Docker and use plain old Docker API to deploy. Even though it sounds, I mean, not scary, but just very low visibility into what's going on. Dalcoa Traffic became my favorite alternative for Nginx just because it handles the certificates for you. Awesome. Sure, I had to script Nginx and that just spin certbot container once, and then it made sure the certs were updated and reloaded automatically. Awesome. Well, I think the Nginx proxy manager is very similar to what, so not just plain old Nginx, but Nginx proxy manager. It's very similar to what Traffic's doing. So same thing, Acme client, built in a UI to look at your ingress and all of that. I still use Traffic only because that's what I've been exposed to. And that's what I got working, but a lot of people love Nginx Proxy Manager too. Might check it out someday. Sigor, thanks. I had an issue where my CentOS VMs were failing during install and couldn't get them to shut down. Oh, so this is about the hanging. Yeah, try the quit. The quit's a little secret that I learned a long time ago. And I think it was during my GPU pass-through days, because that would totally hang, because I'm like passing through hardware that may or may not exist. Hey, thanks for the redeeming the points. Yes. All right, man, it's a war between Tokyo Nights and Northern Lights. Shuv, 1245. Which book is good for learning server? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. What parts of server do you want to learn? Hey, thanks for the follow. Road Asian, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Oh, so Shuv 1254. What parts of server do you want to know? What parts about a server? And it's a huge, broad topic. So tell me a little bit more. Calstup, and $100 for 10 gig. Hey, that sounds like a pretty good deal right there, for sure. Oh, VTCN, thank you for giving some advice on books. Oh, no route. My first name is Nick. Every time someone talks about Nick, my brain just forces to listen to that someone. Yeah, that's funny because I say Nick. Hey, Mr. Sir Guy, thanks for the follow. Yeah, the three guys in one, Mr., Sir, and Guy. I like it. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, man. I think it's man. I think that's the right pronoun. It should be Mr. Sir Guy, man. Oh man, that would blow my mind. Mr. Sir Guy, man. And then dude at the end. Mr. Sir Guy, man, dude. Anyways, I'm nonsense. Yeah, I know what you mean, Nora, with Nick. I mean, my name, Tim, doesn't, there aren't any acronyms that are pronounced that, but I can see what you mean, because I say Nick all the time. And a long time ago, people used to say Nick Card too, and I was like, wait, what? Isn't Card the C in Network Interface Controller? But it's not. But it just, people would say Nick Card sometimes, and I was like, what are you even saying? Anyways, I'll try to say, no, I'm going to still say Nick. So, but no route. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Rex Roof. There was a talk from a guy in Michigan at NLG this year about how he created a phone company to bring fiber in his rural area. If you can find it on YouTube, it's Jared Mach, getting fiber to my town. That's awesome. Awesome for him, for sure. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Calstub, yes it is, about the ports. What if they forward the port to VPN to my core network? Ports, what if I forward the port to VPN to my core network? So you're saying like, hey, what if I have VPN server behind my edge router, behind the edge, and you forward those ports to it? Totally legit. It should work. Yeah, and so, I mean, some people run WireGuard or OpenVPN like that. You know, they don't have it on their edge router. It's not baked into whatever product they bought or stood up. So some people do that. I mean, I think a lot of people do that right now for WireGuard, right? Because I mean, to my knowledge, I haven't seen any, you know, the usual suspects, which is pfSense, OpenSense, XG Firewall, Entangle. Any of them have support for WireGuard built in. So I think that's how a lot of people are running WireGuard, if I understand you correctly. Hey, Kay Sharon, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Dalcola, Tim, well, I just wrote it to Discord in random. Okay, well, I'll check it out later. Thank you. Appreciate that. Software Rat. The PS5 has in euro the same prices as in dollar, so it's a must-have pay in dollar. Oh wait, what? PS5 has in euro the same prices as in dollar, so it's a must-have to pay in dollar. So are you saying on PS5 prizes, I don't know what prizes are, I assume winning something, they're gonna pay you in dollars instead of euros? No route. Yeah, that's an awesome talk. Yeah, I have to check that out too. Penguin Airlines, make your own panels? Yeah, totally gonna watch craft computing, huh? Yeah, except for not plywood. Hey, nothing against them, but not plywood. But you know, I had that problem ever since I bought like an open air rack. So not a new idea. I'm not putting an air conditioner in my rack. I don't need to, at least not yet. But if I ever do, that's the video I'm gonna watch a few more times, because that is just like, wow, he is in it to win it. And I love the ingenuity and engineering that went into that. It was just like, wait, what? It was awesome because he saw a problem, figured out how to address it, got an awesome rack mount AC, ran all the HVAC stuff and figured it out. Super awesome. Super awesome. But no, I mean, I knew I was going to put panels on mine long time ago. As soon as I decided I was going to buy it, because all the open air ones are totally naked. They're a skeleton. Rex Roof. Oh, you guys are talking about something else. Dalcola, I'm paying 52 euros a month for gigabit here. That seems like a super good deal for sure. For sure. See here, Shuv, Mocat. Yeah. Man, you guys have great emotes. I'm loving it. I need to step up my emote game. Shuckle Samurai, how's it going? Yeah, good to see you. Dalcoa, I'm mainly a software developer, but lately been shifting towards DevOps and trying to focus to find a job in either DevOps or SRE category. Awesome. Yeah, so, well, good luck. That is awesome. Yeah, why the switch? You just burnt out on writing code or just want to do something different? Not like that's a bad thing, but yeah, I totally get the burnout for sure sometimes. BTCN, yeah, Nginx Proxy Manager does that. I totally agree. They do. I mean, their competitor is Traffic. They're in it to win it too. Dalcola, I'm waiting for the complete edition of book about Tim's Home Labs. I don't know if you want it. It'd be like America's worst seller. No, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of stuff is like things to solve problems in my home. Hopefully it helps other people with problems in their home or in their apartment or whatever in their digital network life. Hopefully find fixes or helps with some of those problems. But some of the stuff I do is just like stuff I make up or try to figure out, and sometimes it's not the best solution, but it's solid and it works. Penguin Airlines, oh wow, you're right. I always thought about it still for a card, not controller. Yeah, I did too. And as I was saying that, I had the realization halfway through, I'm like, wait, it's controller, not card. And I'm like, what am I even saying right now? I had a flashback. But yeah, Tucano cables are 6 stops away. Yeah, man, dude. But then you gotta wait on the cards, man. I also thought it stood for card until, yeah, same thing. Until I just said it again. I'm like, no, it's controller because I figured that out before because I don't remember if I or someone else called someone else out for saying it's redundant, saying Nick card. And he was like, no, it's controller. I'm like, oh, I mean, you guys are going to have to do some fact checking on there. I think you already did if you're confirming because yeah, I need fact checking all the time. Let's see here. No route. If you're in Netherlands, you can get gigabit for 42 euros per month at Tweak. Man, you guys have some cheap internet. I feel like ours is cheap, and I think we pay 49 or 50 for 300 up, 300 down. I think to go to gigabit though, it's 70. But I mean, you're talking 42 euros. That's like half price of what we're paying. Yeah, that's awesome. Dalcola, I found myself being more interested in CI pipeline, system administration, DevOps, and IAC. Interesting. Yeah, it's a wild world, and it's really awesome. Yeah, I got bit by the DevOps bug too for a while, because I, was on a team where we didn't have a great pipeline, and I'm like, we can't do this anymore. Let's figure out something else. And fortunately, there was a new product internally spinning up. Well, it was drone, and I was like, we're in it. That's what we're living in. Not dealing with Jenkins jank anymore, and not like everyone's Jenkins isn't jank, but ours was. And it was tough and it was hard. And we had to worry about dependencies and ask people to install dependencies there. And so that's where, when Drone came in, we were like, yeah, this is the way to go, because we're building inside of a Docker container now. Now we can, and containers bring their own dependencies, and we can reference those while we're building our own code. So it was awesome. And that's where I got bit by the bug too, because me just having some automation background too, I was like, this is the best of automation. You're like writing code to automate something, and then you have a CI system that's automated to build your code that's automating something else. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But yeah, super fun. But then there are parts of DevOps where I'm kind of like, man, I hats off to those guys for the job they do. It's such a thankless job too. It feels like. I mean, I always thank our DevOps people, and they're always super bright and intelligent. But man, there's a lot to figure out, especially going from getting your code built and stored or whatever in a registry, and then deploying it to Kubernetes. There's just things can go wrong in large environments, and I don't know, man. Next time you see your DevOps people, thank them, because man, that is a tough job. Let's see here. Galactic Scavenger. I like it. Hey Tim, suggestions on UPSs. I saw your video, home lab video. You have the trip light. Are you still happy with it? Trying to find one for my rack. Absolutely, I'm happy with it. And it's funny because I just looked at it this morning. I was making sure of a couple of things. One, like my kit stuff was in order. And anyways, I was looking at this morning and totally happy with it. I've never had a problem with it. It's saved me a few times from surges or brownouts or, just whatever. Smooths out all of the power issues you have in a normal grid. And it's kept the lights on for a while, or my server lights. And it was fairly reasonable, the price for what you get. And it was rack mountable. So yeah, I like it. It's the one I have in the Gear Links. It was between that and I think the APC one at the time. And I'm like, if you look at any of those reviews, there's going to be people saying great things and terrible things. Man, you guys are going to war over these lights. I like it. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm in Hawaii now, getting a tan. Hey, thank you. Anyway, people go to war, and I don't know if it's an alliance for the product they like or the product they don't like. But between APC and Triplight, you'll see positive reviews and you'll see very negative reviews. And so take those with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, they're both going to insure something up to a certain amount of money if they don't, if they fail. And they both are going to guarantee a lifetime of certain amount of life on that battery. And you get a warranty. And, at the end of the day, I thought, well, I'd rather save $100 than go with, brand B. I went with brand A, which was Triplight. Not saying it was better, but it was awesome. The one thing I haven't done yet, and I did look at this beforehand, was like hooking up the software and seeing if Triplight had an agent that runs on Linux, and I think they do. Yeah, now it's green, yeah. I love it that you guys are switching the lights. Oh man, code, keep working. It's been working okay so far, no bugs, but no guarantees. Anyways, long story short, the Triplight one I have is awesome for a lot of reasons. It's super solid, great value, has software that runs on Linux, and it's rack mountable. So yeah, those are reasons why I went with it. And I know it's playing a very important role, and I didn't want to spend a ton of money. And that price point was pretty good to me where I could justify it. I was gonna rig up something that was like super off the books and daisy chain some old APCs, and I'm like, I'm getting a rack now. I got a big boy rack, and now I'm gonna put a big boy UPS in there. So long story short, I like mine. Plenty of other great ones out there too. Everett. LOL. I wish I could get gigabit HA, the only small town, but no gigabit here. UK sucks. Oh, that stinks. Yeah. I'm sorry you can't get it. That stinks. Takano, yeah, but they still have, feels like Christmas gift, even though you know exactly what's in it. I totally agree. And I can semi-route the cables, so I have an idea. Yeah, nice. That's true. You can run all the cables and just be ready for the cards. I totally agree about the whole Christmas getting a package, and even if you know what's inside, because I have a box right here of stuff I just opened, and I knew exactly what was in there, but I still had to open up. Sometimes I can't wait though. My wife, not so much. She's just like, as soon as the box gets inside the house, she's opening it. I'm like, you know exactly what's in there. This box right here, I opened today, but it arrived on like Wednesday. I was excited to get it, but I didn't have time to do it yet. So I'm always like, I don't know, something in my brain says if I don't have the time yet to do the project, I don't open it. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever because I could be missing a few things, but I should open boxes more often. Not that I get boxes that often, but I do like getting gear for sure. CalStub, I'm expecting a MikroTik CCR 1072 as a Christmas gift to yourself. Nice, yeah. Well, Merry early Christmas, and I hope you enjoy the MikroTik switch. Seem to be pretty popular. Toastface Gorilla Gigabit still expensive here in Australia. Yeah, man, that stinks, man. Are things generally more expensive there? It seems like it. But yeah, I mean, ours is. I feel like ours is expensive versus places in Europe that I hear about all the time, where it's like, hey, we get gigabit for 42 euros. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's half of what I pay. But yeah. Sorry, a lot of talking, so I got to do a lot of drinking. Toastface Grilla, 500 to 900 here. Oh my goodness, yeah, no thanks. That's expensive, man. That's expensive. I don't even know how anyone can afford that. Oh my gosh, for gigabit. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's insane. Damn, that will give you a dent in your pocket. I totally agree. Like, how do businesses even afford that? Like, that's like crazy expensive. Speaking of like business internet, like I still don't understand how like businesses have to pay more just because they're a business. I get it. In the beginning, they were like, your usage pattern differs from a residential customer, but that's not true anymore. That's not true anymore. So hopefully businesses aren't paying more for internet. I don't know. Seems odd to me. You're paying more for the same thing. And I get it, usage patterns are a little bit different, but I mean, if you think about anything that we run all day long, or most of these people on the channel, or even just me, I probably exceed like every local business around here because of what I have running. Don't tell my ISP because they're probably going to start charging me for business internet. Let's see here. Galactic Scavenger. Right, APC costs. Yeah, I agree. I saw negative reviews on Amazon for the Trip Lite. I do like the price for the Trip Lite, 1500 VA. Thanks for the info. Definitely want a rack mountable. Good info as usual. Thanks. No problem. I try to, I try to give a fair and honest review at the same time while not slamming things and trying to see things from both sides. And yeah, UPC, you're paying more. I don't know if it's because of the name or quality or what, but it's just more. So I went on the route of saving money. And I'm usually, I'm not just like always trying to buy the cheapest thing possible to save a buck. But when it came to that and I compared them, I was just like, people are going to trash or slam either one, especially when there's, only a couple players in this area. It's like, Apple, Google, Coke, Pepsi, you know what I mean? It's kind of like people pick their winner and then we'll probably trash the other one. I kind of feel like that's how it is with APC and Trip Lite, but could be wrong. CalStub, I'm getting an APC one next month. Nice, man. Nice. How many VAs is there? How much amperage? Toastface Gorilla, that gets after your roughly 15K to get the fiber line to your place. My friend just got MBN quote for 18K. What? You got to take out a loan? You got to take out a loan or like a second mortgage just to get fiber at your house? I think that's when you don't need fiber. That's crazy. That is crazy. No route. I really appreciate you going through every comment. That's an awesome, man. Keep it up. Yeah, no problem. I will do this as long as I can. The people in this channel probably get tired of hearing me saying this, but yeah. I try to respond to everybody who says anything to me anywhere, only because people took time to say something, and and I've been that person on the other end who's said stuff to people. Still happens to me today all the time, and I never hear anything back. And I get it, people are busy, and some people I say stuff to are really big time, and they absolutely don't have time, and I totally agree. I'm not that way. And I find time. I just kind of decided on this journey that I started this year that like, these are the things that are important to me. And one of them is responding to people in a timely manner, whether it be on Twitter, Discord, YouTube, Twitch, you name it. And so that's I guess one of my values is I'm going to respond to people when I can. And with live chat, I'm definitely going to do it. It's as long as I humanly can. I'm going to respond. So, anyways, because again, like you took the time to write a comment, I'm going to take the time to read it and talk about it. So yeah, I appreciate your comment. So thanks. Sci-Fi Jeep Guy, does AAA have good software for automated shutdown? I had an APC trying to use it with ESXi vSphere, 3 host clusters. It had more than 60, and it had a 66% or more failure rate to actually shut down successfully. Interesting. I found the APC agent on Windows Server kicking off VMware Power CLI commands via PowerShell was rock solid. Nice, yeah. I'm not. So one. Do they have good software? I think they do. I haven't used it yet, and I saw they support Linux. So that was interesting to me because I'm like, okay, who's going to manage shutting stuff down? I kind of wanted Proxmox too. I haven't figured that out yet. Might end up being a Windows virtual machine with USB passed through to it because, you know, this is my whole entire stack is virtualized. And I need to orchestrate and shut down those VMs possibly in a certain order, or at least get them to shut down. Anyways, long story short, I haven't tried it yet. They said they have one. But I'm with you on the whole command line because sometimes, you know, I don't trust like the GUI software to do or say what it's supposed to do. And sometimes like just scripting that out like you did with PowerShell or having, you know, VMware CLI. No, you did PowerShell that kicked off the VMware CLI. And it just works. And I'm that way too sometimes. Like I'm just like, I know, I mean, it's the same reason why sometimes I curl stuff. Cause I'm like, a curl is a curl and it's gonna work, you know. Some other things, maybe not so much. Or a GUI over a curl, which I guess is a browser, but yeah, I'm right there with you. Takano, yeah, got your cables, man. Time to run those cables. Cowstub, I charge $200 for installation. Interesting. I assume that's for a network. Yeah, Toastface Gorilla. No one can. It's basically business only here. Yeah, almost 20K? Yeah, there's no way. Unless someone's totally gonna flex or someone's like a billionaire or a millionaire and they're just like, yeah, I need whatever, gigabit ethernet, and I have 20K to spare and then an additional whatever, however many hundreds of dollars a month. Yeah, it's crazy. So then they probably just open a business and get an internet there and then, yeah, write it off. Tikafu, haha. The max I get at my place is 70 megabit down and 20 up. And it's not too bad. That's pretty decent. I mean, it just depends. How much upload are you going to use? I mean, 20 for me will get saturated pretty quickly, but for you that might not be too bad. And 70s, it's not too bad. I mean, you kick off, you know, quite a few Netflix streams or streaming video and still kind of be okay. Toastface Gorilla, I get 150 down, 40 up. That's $100. Man, that's still, I mean, yeah, man, that's kind of expensive. All right. Yeah, I get 300 up and down. So full duplex, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. I get the same up as I do down. And I think I pay like 49 for that. I think it's $20 more for gig, which I think we're pretty lucky here to get that for what, $69 to get gigabit. I know it's cheaper other places, but yeah. Businesses are, but you have different SLAs. Good call, Sid Cassidy. I didn't even think about that. Good call. Different support, different SLAs. Yeah, good call. Dr. Bell, have you seen the new Cat 8 cable? 22 AWG and 40 gigabits. I haven't, but sign me up someday. They're probably really expensive. Sign me up someday, because yeah, I'm gonna go Ethernet or you know, cabling when I get to that point. I don't think I'll ever get to 40 gigabit. I shouldn't say that, but yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen the cables. iLude. Okay, for UPS software on Linux, check out Network UPS tools. Nut. I will check it out. Hopefully, it can work with my device. But I would love to. I would love to use something that's not from the vendor, but still works with the vendor. Because I know that vendor tools sometimes are supplied software. I don't know. It just, they're using their own everything, proprietary stuff. And if something like network UPS tools, definitely writing this thing down, nut. I better write more than just nut on this piece of paper. I'll never remember. Network, UPS, tools. Oh, an acronym in an acronym too. But if I can use something that hopefully that's open source or at least community support or something, it's gonna rev fast. It's gonna work with lots of stuff. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you for that tip, Ilud. Thank you. +1 for nut. All right. Oh, Toastface Gorilla, man, this is something I did not know about until today, so thank you for that. CalStub, basically businesses or SME is leased line, which is peer-to-peer with a static IP. Residentials have bandwidth that are shared, and a dynamic IP. I like it. So those are some of the other benefits of getting a business line versus residential. So I knew the static IP piece because I think that was one of the few ways I could get a static IP, and I was like, whatever, I'm just going to do dynamic DNS now. And I knew that there were some other, restrictions or perks, but I thought it was always something to do with usage pattern too. And I'm like, it doesn't really hold up right now. I mean, everyone in their own home is using way more internet, and their usage pattern has changed dramatically since the stuff that we're in. Mr. Sir Guy, this is a great channel. Hey, thank you, Mr. Sir Guy, man, dude. Thank you, appreciate it. Redfire. A bit out of context. I talked to some people on Discord about this, but did you know any alternatives to MidLB that'll preserve the original IP and can integrate the same MidLB with traffic, etc., like you have shown in your videos? The reason is that I want to host a Umami Analytics container on my Kubernetes, which would log the IP address of my website visitors, but unfortunately that's not possible on MidLB without a BGP compatible router. And I don't think UniFi can do BGP. That is a pretty dense question. I do know that MetalLB does support BGP, but you're saying that you don't think UniFi can do BGP. I don't know the answer to that, but that is a great question for Discord, Redfire. I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. I know that MetalLB exists so that you can basically spin up a software kind of router that's compatible with Kubernetes. It's kind of high level in my interpretation of it, because most Kubernetes instances they call cloud native, and so they live in the cloud and they always have a router attached to them, and that router has an API, and Kubernetes can communicate with that API from different vendors. So like AWS, Azure, Google, they all have their kind of own code, their software router that Kubernetes can configure for all of the endpoints. And so like my understanding of that is one, you need that. And so two, MetalLB is trying to solve that for bare metal Kubernetes clusters. And when I say bare metal, it just means not living inside of the cloud. It could be in your home. And so MetalLB is software to do that. I've heard though too that might be going away because Kubernetes is going to remove a lot of that proprietary way of doing it with individual clouds. And do something themselves. Anyways, long story short, I don't know if there's an alternative to MetalLB because MetalLB was the only thing I found that could give me, that cloud-like router so that Kubernetes thought it was connected to a cloud. Sorry, a lot of air quotes there. It's just because Kubernetes, it just has different terminology, I guess, than what I normally consider bare metal and all of that stuff in cloud too. Long story short, that is a great question. I would love to, investigate that too. If you're on our Discord, yeah, put that in the Kubernetes channel or somewhere on Discord. I would love to look into that too and kind of follow up with that stuff. Because I don't know, MetalLB is the only one I found that worked. Because I thought I was going down a dead end until I found MetalLB and they were like, this is exactly what it's for. So it's unfortunate that you can't use it. But MetalLB does BGP, but you're saying UniFi may or may not be able to it. So let me know. Sci-Fi Jeep, 1 gig up down for 90 bucks. Sounds pretty decent too. That's roughly what I can get it for. Tailspace Grill is super expensive. Sucks, man. The fastest I can go without going wireless backhaul are 20K fiber. Mine. Wow, man. I feel you. That stinks, man. Let's see here. Alex Shoop just recently upgraded to gig. Nice. And 50 up for 65 a month here in Ohio. Hey, that sounds pretty decent. I mean, because like, hey, gig down, it's mostly what you're going to use is down. And then 50 up, that's pretty okay. That's enough for Zoom calls and uploads of backups at night and whatever else. Yeah, spend those points. Awesome. Oh yeah, Hawaii. This one, I got my tan on this one. Alex, that sounds awesome. I mean, that sounds like a pretty decent deal. I would almost snatch that up too. I do some upload on a lot of video stuff and backup stuff, but totally be fine. Redfire, by the way, 1 gig up and down for 50 in Switzerland. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's actually what CenturyLink is advertising in my area. I want to call their bluff, but I don't even want to call them because then they'll be forever hounding me. That sounds like a super good deal. Toastface Gorilla, chat is kicking me while I'm down with these prices. I agree, chat. Everyone's just throwing it in your face, especially your face, but in my face too, because I'm like, oh man, Cowstub, it's awesome. Awesome. Penguin Airlines, hello Tim. You should totally finish with Grafana or something before you start importing UPS monitoring. Yeah, maybe. So I don't want the UPS metrics as much as I want safe shutdown on my VMs. But yeah, and I know I have some Grafana stuff set up, but I haven't done any metrics and monitoring tutorials yet or videos yet. I will probably have some soon. Hey, dude, Chuckle Samurai, dang dude, oh my gosh, 5 gifted subs. Hey, dude. Shuckle Samurai, dude, thank you so much. Tier 1 sub to Seagore, Stupid Gamer, Sedated, JV Peak, Lenin Blade. Man, thanks for the gifted subs, man. Dude, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Man, that's a lot. Thank you. Gray Fox, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. But yeah, Penguin Airlines, yeah. I it's in the backlog. It's in my short list of backlogs. But I don't have safe shutdown yet for my power, so if I go into battery backup, it's me is the current solution, which is not a good solution. Fortunately, everyone's been stuck at home lately, so if the power does go out for more than 4 minutes, I'm like, okay, now I need to shut stuff down. But that is not sustainable or scalable, you know, right? I got to stay home all the time. But anyways, yeah, I totally need to work on that Grafana stuff, right? Home Lab New, hi everyone, how's it going? No route. If you're a home labber from the Netherlands, hey, Stix UT, thanks for the sub. Wow, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. You guys are too kind. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wow, where was I? No route. If you're a home labber from the Netherlands and want to move some gear to a data center, take a look at something. It's a nonprofit association that has its own network and some racks and 2 data centers in Amsterdam. I've been a member for almost a year now. That sounds interesting. So it's like hosting, like physical hosting for your stuff. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm smelling like ketchup and french fries, and that is not something I usually even eat, but it smells super good. I have no idea where it's coming from. And that was a very specific smell. I usually don't smell ketchup and french fries, but I can smell it. Anyways, Nayan, hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Man, you guys are blowing me up today. Man, you guys are awesome. Let's see here. Okay, thanks for your suggestion. I'm not familiar with all those things. Let's see. I kind of jumped. Sometimes every now and then Twitch will totally jump on me, and it just did. Big time. Oh my gosh, there we go. The name of the thing is you wanted to show got blurred. Yeah, I apologize. I think Twitch, I don't know if it got hold for moderation or if it was a link. If it's not a bad word, you could try misspelling it. I don't know. Automod, sometimes he's grouchy. I have no control over him. And my bot is pretty happy that's in this channel. He doesn't do much or say much, except for a lot of thank yous. Nora, oof, the name is Clue, and they have a .net TLD. Yeah. ColoQ, sounds interesting. CalStub Microtik supports BGP, nice. And the range in Microtik routers are very good low cost. Yeah, I totally agree. Redfire, would I then just need some Microtik router in front of the IP from MetaLB? Yep, you can opt in for RB4011. Nice. Takano, well, I guess I won't need a brush panel. It just fits right through the keystone port. Nice. Yeah, so you won't have to put, a brush panel. A bit stiff though, yeah. Man, I need to, I'm getting super jelly. I need to do some better networking on my rack for sure. Redfire, okay, thanks for your suggestion. I'm not very familiar with all these things since I got into Kubernetes like a month ago. Yeah, join the club. No, I don't feel bad for not understanding things. It's totally fine. I think a lot of us are new to this, and it's totally fine. And there are so many people that are here to help, as you just saw, and answering questions I would never know without Googling a ton, and probably then I wouldn't even know what to Google for. So yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, CalStub. I can help, but only on video call. All right, we're all calling CalStub on video calls. We're all Zooming. But yeah, iLoot, edge routers will do BGP. Nice. HomeLab new gig symmetric for 60 a month here in Texas. Symmetric. That's the term I should be using. 60 a month. That's super good. That's 10 more bucks than I pay. I hate you. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that sounds like a great deal. Sounds like a great deal for sure. Well, not all over Switzerland. Oh, Tinkerfoo about Redfire. Yeah, spend those points. Redfire, yeah, saw something on that too, but I got USG and a non-edge products. Appreciate it. Redfire, yeah, that would be too much, unfortunately. Oh, you guys are still talking about edge routers and BGP. Yeah, you guys got this. I love it that there are networking gurus in here, because networking is where I'm kind of like, I'm a lot to learn. I'll put it that way. iLoot, I don't use USG, but I think you can get from the command line there, and you should be able to do it. Awesome. HomeLab News, CISA has released a major vulnerability alert for Windows Server. Interesting. Everyone should install the Tuesday, the patch Tuesday patch for August, since it fixes CVSS 10.preauth privilege escalation vulnerability in NTLM. Sounds kind of scary. Any kind of privilege escalation is not good. And so is that only Windows Server, or does that affect Windows 10 as well? Because something like privilege escalation and NTLM sounds like it would probably affect the client too, but I could be wrong. Yeah, scary stuff though. Yeah, let me know. The thing is called Colo. That is so hard to say. ColoClue. I'll have to check it out. Cola. That feeling when you're eating in here cola cube and you thought it was cola. It's so hard to say. ColoClue. It's like my mouth doesn't want to say it. Yeah, I'll have to check it out for sure. Toastface Gorilla. Finally got my server bolts. Finally mounting this 45U beast. Man, server bolts. That is, 45U? That is insane, man. Dude, that's like floor to ceiling in a 10-foot room. Jeez, 45U. That's a pretty big rack for sure. Yeah. Man, that is awesome. I'm kind of okay with mine, but I do get jealous when people have super tall racks, because I'm just like, just think of all the things you can put in there, as long as it's like out of the way, or kind of, I don't know, somewhere kind of out of the way or in a corner. I mean, I wouldn't want it just like hanging out in here. Maybe in the corner. But yeah, sounds awesome. Congratulations. Have fun building that. HomeLab new, not sure about the non-Windows versions of Windows. Oh, non-server version. I was like, not Windows, sign me up. It's not Linux. Not sure about the non-server versions of Windows, but I think it's actually a protocol level vulnerability, so it's possible clients are affected too. Good call. Corfy, Dang, man, you guys are crazy. Man, dude, thank you so much. Gorvy, oh my gosh. Dude, you pop in here and gifted 5 subs. Man, thank you so much. Gorfy, yeah, 5 subs. Thank you. Man, you guys are awesome. You guys are blowing my mind. Every time I get on here, I'm just like, I'm super amazed. But thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. Gorfy gifted sub to B. Nedwick, TBR57, Bantazarov, Joey Locky, and Rhyme. Hold on, that's a hard one. Rhyme-mi-fi. I'll go with that. David Bridgman, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Dude, Gorfy, dude, thank you so much, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Oh, where was I? Home Lab New, you're saying it might be the protocol level vulnerability. So it's possible clients are affected too. This one is bad. If anyone has network access to your domain controller, they completely compromise all identity services. It also affects Samba Linux if you're using a domain controller. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. I'm surprised they didn't do an out-of-band patch for this, other than like the patch. Wait, you're saying this was on apply patch Tuesday patch, August patch Tuesday patch. So this is last month's patch Tuesday patch, because Microsoft released those patch Tuesday of the month. So that's interesting. It's that critical, and they didn't do an out-of-band one just for this. I mean, I'm reading this and it seems scary to me. I mean, I don't want anyone escalating their privileges and taking over my whole entire network using my Active Directory auth or identity system. Sounds scary. Rex Roof, nice. Gorfy, oh, getting packed in here. Yeah, man, dude, you guys are blowing my mind today. Sci-Fi Jeep Guy Colo Clue, the network edition was Tim and the NOC and the Cat 6 cable, or the bot and the subfloor with the Cisco. Wait, what is going on? Colo Clue, the network edition. Was it Tim in the NOC with the Cat 6 cable, or a bot in the subfloor with the Cisco? I have no idea what you're saying there, but there's a lot going on in there, Sci-Fi Jeep. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Takano, internet died because I accidentally flipped the surge power switch to the whole rack. Yeah, watch out for that. You know how server racks have panels on the front, and I always thought they were for show. But I think I learned today. I don't know if I ever really knew this, but and maybe that's not the only reason why, but I learned, or someone told me today, that the panels on the front of servers are just so you don't accidentally bump them. And I was like, oh yeah, it totally makes sense, because you would totally destroy or break things if you backed into a server with another server. And it's pretty sensitive stuff in front, but I don't know. Anyways, sounds like you need a little cover on the power switch. Like put like one of those child-proof things on your surge protector, or just don't bump it again. Yeah, that sucks, man. Redfire, overall, big thank you for your videos. Hey, no problem. As I mentioned before, your videos got recommended to me like 5 weeks ago, and since then, I set up all 3 servers and the NAS with Kubernetes and Rancher. Really like the tinkering with those things and getting so nice and getting so nice support from the Discord. And you really like this community. Hey, thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for trying all that stuff out. Sorry if some of it's confusing, but no, I really appreciate it. And man, thank you for being here, because like, man, and everyone, because this is, yeah, what makes the community great is just a lot of very intelligent, passionate people from all walks of life that totally make this a great place. And I can't say thank you enough. I feel like I say thanks a lot, but not enough. I could never say thank you enough, so I really appreciate it. Dowcola, I can't wait to get my hands on the what is this? N9500 32D 32 port 400 gigabit QSFP-DD L3 soon. Wow, that's a lot of acronyms. And company ordered it, and I was asked if I wanted to help installing, and as I've helped them before with large-scale UniFi installations, etc., They know I like dabbling with beefy network switches. Yeah, that sounds like awesome. That sounds right up your alley. Sounds super fun. Man, so this was a company purchase one, right? Because it seems pretty expensive. HomeLab U, yeah, it's been patched since August, but they held off announcing it for a while because of how easy the exploit this one is. Interesting. Yeah, they're like, yeah, patch Tuesday, August, should probably do it fast. And then they're like, oh, then on patch Tuesday for September, they're like, you probably should have done that one. Man, that's crazy. HomeLab New, there's already an exploit code floating. Oh wow, another hard one for me to say. There's already exploit code floating around publicly. That's sad and not good. Yeah, so hey, patch your Windows servers. Patch all your devices, Windows devices. I mean, in general, I keep my stuff generally patched, but I have a tiny network here compared to enterprises who have a lot of systems. So good luck if you have to patch that across all your Windows servers. Penguin Airlines, grinding and filling to build my network rack while listening to Tim. Perfect Sunday vibes. All right, man. Dude, grinding and filing. Oh, filing. I'm like, filling. Filing to build my network rack while listening to Tim. That's awesome, man, dude. Your network rack in your closet is going to be sweet. I can feel it. Well, I already saw part of it, and it's looking awesome. And then, like you said, you get to move your modem off of your console into your closet. Sounds like a win to me. One less thing out in the open. Sci-Fi Jeep, you know the game. Oh yeah, the board game Clue. I do. Yeah. It was like Professor Plum? I don't know. And Mr. Mustard did it with a candlestick in the library or something. Yeah. I totally get it, Sci-Fi Jeep. Sorry. HomeLab New, welcome. That was you're welcome. I assume to Redfire asking for help. Yeah. Colonel Mustard in the basement with the Docker container. There we go. Yeah. I always thought the candlestick one was kind of weird. That game was, I've only played a handful of times. Kind of morbid, but pretty awesome. Oh man, sorry I didn't get that reference. I get it now. Gorfy pulled the trigger on UDM Pro and a Nano HD. My Asus RT AC3200 is randomly crapping out on me and got tired of dealing with unstable network. I hear you, man. Sometimes you just got to pull out the big guns. Pull out the big guns, and it looks like you did with UDM Pro and Nano HD. So your network is going to be super upgraded and stable. I certainly hope. But yeah, man, network issues, especially like your router, your edge router, whatever it is that connects you to your ISP, things go wrong there, things suck, because like everything in the house is just not working anymore. Yeah, man, but awesome. Congrats on that when you get it. VTCN, I'd like to start a collection of enterprise gear bezels hanging on my wall. Yeah. Or resell them because they're not cheap. Once again, people are starting to understand the value of these things, the resale value. Yeah. CalStub, Techno Tim, it worked. Port forwarding from Rancher to VPN to core network. Now I can access my UNMS on all required ports. Awesome. Hey, yeah, awesome. That's how I used to run OpenVPN for a while. And I think that's how I might run WireGuard in the future because no one supports it right now. At least the devices I use. Just forward those ports. Let them take care of it. Awesome. Glad you got it working. We're back up. Everything managed to reboot in 3 minutes. Takano, hey, that's. I think that's pretty speedy. My network, no. I think at the 3 minute mark, it would still be checking RAM. Close to it. I don't even think I see a visible screen for about 10-15 seconds. But yeah. VTCN, all the bezels in a frame like with LEDs, so it looks like an actual server rack hanging from a wall. I like where this is going. I like seeing tech like artwork and it's like old motherboards and stuff. It's awesome. Takano, I was trying to remove a keystone and hit the switch since it's right under it. Oh yeah, bummer. 5 gigahertz. How are you doing? The front panels on servers are also to deter people from removing drives or turning off the servers. I like it. I learned so much about them. I just thought they were decoration. And I honestly thought, like, when I saw the Dell ones, Because I got an R710, never owned a Dell server before, never racked a Dell server. So when I saw that bezel in front, I thought it was just decoration. I was like, it's kind of ugly. I mean, you know, if it was purely for aesthetics, I was like, I'm not going to pay whatever, $99 or how much people are charging for those, because I didn't think it looked great, and I'd rather see blinking lights. That was it. I was just like, okay, that's all. But yeah, good call on. It's just a big prevention system. See, I've never racked any servers like that had those. Even way back when I racked IBM servers, we never had bezels in front of them. But yeah. So thank you. Techno might have to leave the keystone in. They do not want to budge. Yeah, don't force it, man. Asmindia. Hey, how's it going? Dalcola, Windows servers in 2020. Linux and Proxmox is the ultimate champion. Yeah. It just, you know, I know. I agree. A lot of stuff still runs on Windows, believe it or not. Cow stub. Ignore the SSH password. Oh, okay. That's not. Well, that looks like. Yeah. Well, it might be a password. Oh, okay. I thought you were like SSHing in, and I'm like, whose IP address is 123? And I was like, okay. Hey, you wouldn't be the first one that pasted a password into Twitch chat. I think you're the second now. But the last person who did it, it was super secure. Yours, not so much. One, change that password. Two, man, use a randomizer or something to generate one. I'm just teasing with you. Not really. Sorry, not sorry. Kidding, not kidding. But yeah. Yeah, you're not the first one. So we all have to rate people's passwords when they paste them in there. I'm just teasing you, Cowstub. Dalcola, thanks for telling where it was. Never do that if you want to leak a password. Seriously, yeah. Yeah. Thanks for telling where it was for. Yeah, I agree. Because now you gave us not only the system, but the password as well. I think we just have to figure out one or two more things. But yeah, cursive multitasking, I totally agree. I mean, I've accidentally pasted my passwords in Link or Skype or whatever window that popped up when I was doing this, and I just Alt-Tab, Control-V or Command-V, and I'm just like, oops. Yeah, change it for sure. Gorfy, I was leaning towards pfSense, but there is something to be said about something just working without much work and needed to be done. I know I could have it set up, but I'm going to give UniFi a shot for now. I totally agree with that sentiment. I think, yeah, 100% agree. The older I get too, I'm just kind of like, how much patience do I have? And how much effort do I want to put in? And how much do I want things to work? I still do a lot of tinkering, but there are some things where I'm just like, yep, I'll pay a little bit extra just to have this thing super bulletproof and not have to worry about it. But yeah, totally get it. Dalcola, decorations. Data center security wants to know Tim's location. I know. Yep, just for decoration. That's what I thought. Well, like I said, I racked a lot of IBM servers back in the day, and it was only because I wanted to. I wasn't even a system admin at the time. I was more like asking system admins if I could do that for them because I wanted to go in the data center because I thought it was so awesome. They were probably like, yeah, totally, you can do this back-breaking work and all this running of all these cables and stand in this cold data center forever. And I was like, this is great. I'm not hot. I have air conditioning coming from every direction possible. I get to learn about servers, cable management. So yeah, I was that guy asking sysadmins, like, can I rack your server for you? But never, you know, I didn't do at that time, I didn't do any like data center, I guess, physical management at all. And even when I did system administration stuff, then most of them were already racked by the time I got into them. So yeah. Bezels are also for physical security. Most have locks, so people can't pull the drives and power it off. Yeah, for sure. Sci-Fi Jeep guy, I swear those front locks for Dell all use the same key. Just a quick eBay buy and you're in. Yeah, totally. Just like a little skeleton key that works everywhere. Yeah. Nutanix is the same way. All one key. I love it. Let's see here. Dalcola, usually those are master keyed unless someone lucky still buy them for my own lock for it. Gorfy, yeah, networking. I just want it all to work. I also like UniFi UI. Seems very informative. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I would love to drop one in at some point. I mean, I mean, going back to the whole power issue and UPS, like my router is virtualized too, so that's not fun. I mean, it's awesome, but it's not fun when the power goes out because so does my internet. So to have maybe someday to have something like that physically separated out, whether it's that product or something else, I think is awesome. But that's rack. I don't know if that's rack V2 stuff or rack 1.1 stuff, something. vNext of my rack may have some more networking equipment and might dedicate some stuff there and still use my firewall for internal stuff or for in between my two networks. Yeah, but yeah, I agree, man. CalStub, ITs for VM, try your best crack at it. Techno, the VCR does not like to be power cycled at all, and now it's doing a hissy fit, refusing to turn on. Oh man, that stinks. I remember seeing your VCR in your rack. It's like VCR DVD combo, and I'm like, you must be converting stuff to DVD. Or I think it was. Yeah. I don't know. We bought an old VCR too from wasn't Goodwill. Might have been Goodwill because we had to convert some old stuff. Got it super cheap. Same with a cassette player, big boom box. It was we still have it. It's awesome, and we got it for like $5, and it's like perfect, as if the day it came out in whatever 1980 something. Gorfy, I'm sure I could do the same with pfSense and Grafana, but didn't want to have to tinker with that anymore. Yeah. CalStub, I pull fiber for a living and disconnect for fun. Yeah, man. Gorfy, those locks are more so you can actually think about what you're doing as opposed to just being able to quickly pull a drive. If that makes sense. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Just a little speed bump, like, hey, slow your roll. Instead of just hitting the power button, now you have to pull out a key and turn it, and then maybe in that, that short amount of time you hit this speed bump, you might think, whoa, that's the wrong server. I probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, good call. Yeah, awesome. Oh man, Tagano, VHS to digital. Yeah, got the USB RCA S-video recorded and been doing that for a couple of tapes. The ones that have some dropouts crashed the recorded, so I need to figure that out. That stinks. Yeah, CalStub, Sci-Fi Jeep, CalStub, pull fiber for fun. Is that your version of job security? Generate service calls? Yeah. Yeah. He's the chaos monkey, except for it's just him going through rack and pulling out cables. He's creating his own chaos. Awesome. There's the password again. You didn't change it. I thought we just what? Now you pasted the same password twice. Yeah, not again. You should change that. Now we've seen it twice. Oh, I love it. It's the same one. You should change it. You should totally change it. Oh, I love it. Man, hey, I hate to wind down a little bit early, but like I said, I got some stuff to do in the evening and totally gonna, yeah, there's a good one. No route. Hey, there's a, yeah, that looks randomized. Not something you can remember. Thank you, Gorfy. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was alluding to. Yeah, I get Saturdays is kind of like my breakaway from a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna be online, or you might not see me active on Discord, Twitter, whatever. It just means like I'm not gonna be sitting right here working on code or the next video or testing something. So I'm gonna, take a little break. Man, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for all of the follows, all of the subs. There were so many like gifted subs in there. Man, I can't thank you guys enough. Super much appreciated. And like I said, just being here and chatting and spending time is more than I can ask for. So anything else is more than greatly appreciated. So I thank you so much. There's a lot of conversation going on here and a lot of awesome passwords. I would, if you want to continue the conversation about people's passwords and we can all rate people's passwords, you can in Discord. Or you can chat about anything you'd like in Discord. We have a lot of channels on all different types of tech. Some of it's super high tech, some of it's very low tech, like pictures of your pets. But yeah, if you like, please join the Discord. You can get the Discord channel by doing !Discord. There's a link right there. Join the Discord if you want to continue the conversation. You're more than welcome to stay in the channel while I'm not here. I think that will work, but it won't persist. So, and if you mention me in there, I'll never see it. So anyways, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. I will see you guys on Tuesday. And thank you for being so kind, and be good to each other. Have a good day. Take care.